response there for the pitcher, Peebler.
Thomas Nemechek up to bat. He's the 9-hole, so on deck is the top of the order in Lincoln Ray. But 3 strikeouts so far for Ethan Peebler to 3 walks. Has yet to allow a hit and 1 error by the Demon defense. And starts him out with a strike here on the foul ball.
Nemechek's walked a couple of times this season, so doesn't have a hit yet to his name. But someone who's smart there in the batter's box and knows what pitches to take, and it's going to mean Peebler again needs to get in command of his zone. Obviously, he can show bunt like he just did there, trying to advance some runners. A real advantageous position for Keokuk. You just try and do what you can, get your leadoff hitter back up.
Trying to lay a bunt down there, but misses. 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, back-to-back Ks for Ethan Peebler.
Number 4, Lincoln Ray.
Yeah, what a big moment there for Ethan Peebler, just the sophomore for Washington, getting a couple of Ks back-to-back after that mound meeting. You have to credit the coaching staff as well. The mound meeting did its job there, settled them down. Now it's an 0-2 count. All you have to worry about is getting this third out. Get out of this inning, strand 3 runners would be really nice for Washington to do with this 5-0 cushion.
And there's another strike. Make that 7 in a row now for Ethan Peebler. That's how you help yourself out. The defense makes a mistake to start the inning and then kind of gets in a rut, but like you said, bounces back. And now 1 out away from escaping. Used the 0-1 in the dirt, stopped by Rugg, did a good job getting in front of that ball to hold the runner at third.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better, Joel. Great play there by Easton Rugg. If that gets by him, that's 1 run on the board, and Peebler as well. That first pitch, really nice off speed. Just kind of dropped into the zone, but still painted that right side of it. Ray had really no idea there.
Here's the 1-1 now. Swing and a miss there. Strike 2.
Another really good pitch by Peebler.
And it's good to see the bounce back too, especially because what kind of knocked him off his rut to start the game with the quick 2 outs was he threw a couple of balls and just couldn't find the zone, but now able to do that and gets a swing and a miss there. It'll be a drop third strike. Having to throw it on the first won't be in time, and the runner will come across to score. The Chiefs on the board.
Yeah, and Peebler just has to shake that one off. Kind of saw him just kind of shrugging his shoulders, shaking his head. He knows that was kind of on him for leaving that pitch in the dirt. Rugg tried to do his best to trap it, but got to dial in. Once again, 1 run with the bases loaded allowed is certainly a win for Washington, given it was no outs with 3 on, and Peebler just has to, again, lock in with that fastball.
Here's a high pop fly out there to third base, caught by Parsons. That'll be the third out. Peebler strands 3 on the bases, allows 1 to come across in that drop third, but it's 5-1, Demons on top as we head to the bottom of the second.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Back here for the bottom of the second. Church retakes the mound, looking to bounce back from a first inning of disaster. But for the Demons, that is exactly how you drew it up. 5 runs came across. Now they're looking for more. Able to keep the Chiefs to only 1 run here in the top of the second. And up 4 still, looking to pad that.
Number 3, Mitchell Ziglowski.
The Demons batted around there in the first. Now Mitchell Zaglowski getting his second plate appearance here in inning number 2. He had a base hit in this previous inning, the first inning, and came around to score. First pitch to him's up top, ball 1.
Yeah, Zaglowski had a hit a couple games ago, and what was a lone part of a lone bright spot for a couple hits in Washington's loss to Fairfield. But yeah, those Demon leadoff batters absolutely dialed, and good contact there as well.
Out to right center field, and making the catch is Evan Carr. The first out of the inning comes on the second pitch of the inning.
Shortstop number 8.
Yeah, that'll be a relief for Carr, who dropped one earlier, to kind of keep that marathon inning going for Washington in the first. If this Keokuk field can get dialed in, their bats made some obviously nice contact loading the bases last inning, can help them get back in it, but got to start with routine plays like that.
Blaze Richardson stepping in now. And Church is a guy who we only have one game logged for him statistically, but got 9 strikeouts in that game and is definitely capable of missing bats, but we haven't seen too much of that. Only 1 strikeout when he got Easton Rugg looking.
Yeah, he was second on the Keokuk team in strikeouts last year, had 19 of them. Did go 0-5 in his appearances, but someone who can certainly get batters out if he gets in a rhythm.
Richardson grounds out to short. So the shortstop for the Demons, sending it back to Zach Gilpin. That'll be a quick 2 outs. A really good bounce back for Church after a tough inning like the first inning.
Yeah, and a good bounce back as well for the Keokuk defense. I'm not going to overstate it. Gilpin, don't think I had too many hit to him that he could make an error on, but again, another routine play and out number 2. It's as simple as that for Keokuk if they can have a 1-2-3 inning.
Now another sharp ground ball over there, picked up by Gilpin. The throw over to first in time. Retires Bowden Brown, who's got a lot of speed, so great play. But 3 up, 3 down, and we'll head to the top of the third.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
Breaking news.
Are you looking for a sports show with intensity?
And we'll see you in court, Mark Cuban, you broke bum.
Are you looking for a sports show with passion?
Moment of silence for the name Wells Fargo Arena.
And are you looking for a sports show with whatever this is?
And today we are counting down Justin Bieber's top 10 girlfriends. That's right.
Make sure to check out Andy and Hunter every Thursday on Prep Sports Plus, breaking down all the high school sports from across the Southeast Iowa region, talking about all your favorite schools such as Washington, Mount Pleasant, Fairfield, Waco, Winfield Mount Union, Pekin, and so much more. Make sure to check out Prep Sports Plus every Thursday at noon on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
5-1, Demons on top through 2 here to start the top of the third. It's Ethan Peebler back out there. He's had 5 strikeouts so far today. Allowed the 1 run last inning on a drop third strike. But when he gets in his zone, he has looked really good so far tonight.
Yeah, I think, if the coaching staff for Washington probably telling him after that inning, focus on that, focus on the positives. You got out of a, bases loaded, no out situation with just 1 run. Obviously, he was frustrated at himself with the drop third strike. It's understandable, but, if he can have that same command, there's no reason why he can't, strand, I guess, even less runners, but certainly he'll take, leaving 3 on for Keokuk. But, yeah, I really like the way he worked his way back into that inning. He's a young player for this Washington team. But facing, kind of the heart of the order here for Keokuk, starting off with the other pitcher, Bennett Church. It's another good moment for Peebler to try and stay dialed and keep Washington's big lead intact.
Yeah, Church just had a good bounce back inning, 3 up, 3 down. So people are trying to replicate that. Church walked in the first inning. And he'll start him off with a ball. But Peebler, last inning, what really knocked him off was that leadoff error, allowing the leadoff runner to reach first, and then a couple of walks where he really struggled to find the zone. Here's a pop fly onto the right side. Underneath it is right, just bounces off his glove. So it'll be a 1-1 count. Tough one, right? Had to go right next to that fence there, and probably looking over at two different things, trying to look at the ball and also the fence. Well, want to run in.
Yeah, I thought for a second, Wright's a tall guy over there at first. I thought he was going to maybe have to reach his glove over the fence and try and make a little, cheeky play there, but, kind of dropped short of the fence. But you're right. I think trying to sort of alligator arm it into his glove just took a bounce, but good effort.
Next pitch will miss up high. Church watches a ball, 2-1 count. When Peebler was striking out these Chiefs hitters, he was really attacking the inside part of the zone. Now he's trying to live up there in the top part against Church, but has had some trouble to find that spot. 3-1 count now.
Maybe a conspiracy theory mode, but maybe it's Church. He walked him last time, kind of lost his command in that at-bat.
It's true, maybe he's intimidated. But Peebler gets him to foul it away. 3-2 count. See if he can complete the bounce back here. Get the strike 3 on him. Delivers. Ball outside off the glove of Rugg. Church sprinting down first baseline, but he won't advance past first. Now Lucas Gilpin will be up. He struck out to end the first inning, but now back up looking for some revenge and has that runner on first. Ethan Peebler settles in, checks over at first, goes home, in there for a called strike. No 1 count here. This one fouled away down the right field line. Giving chase was Brown, but he really didn't have a shot at that line drive.
Yeah, and Church again went for second on that pitch. He stole second on his first at bat, has made some opportunistic takes to the bag.
Yeah, now 0-2 count. He can mess around with Gilpin a little bit here. Gilpin trying to do a little better than his first at bat where he struck out swinging. Here comes the payoff. Actually, no, he'll go over to first. Back safely, though, is Bennett Church. So people will have to refocus in at the plate.
Not a bad idea there. Keep Church on his toes. Runner's has already shown a willingness to take off. He does again.
There he goes. Throw up high. Rugg. The throw down. Ball getting right past the shortstop Richardson there. So safe at the stolen bases, Bennett Church. And, I mean, you mentioned his stolen bases last season, how he hadn't had one yet this year. Well, there you go. He's got 2.
Yeah, matching his tally from all of last season. So perhaps improved a little bit in the offseason as a runner, Bennett Church, and showing the wheels.
1-2 count now. Here's the throw in. Up high again. 2-2 now. Really been seeming like Peebler can't find the top of the zone as well as he can the inside. I'd definitely look to him to get back to the inside part.
Yeah, the off-speed pitches to the outside have been good for him. It's strangely been the fastballs that have just gotten away from him a little bit.
But there's one up top, swung on and miss. And strikeout number 6 will give the Demons the first out of the 3rd inning.
Next up, shortstop number 8, Zach Gilpin.
Now the next Gilpin will be up to bat, Zach Gilpin. Gilpin reached base on an error to start off the 2nd inning. Would come around to score as the Chiefs' only run of the ball game so far. Now an RBI opportunity. He'll pop one up. It'll bounce off the umpire and foul ball. So strike 1. Coach Roush said a couple of weeks ago that you wanted to see when Connor Lydon was starting, him to bounce back after a tough inning. Because that's something that most of these pitchers have had to deal with so far in their starts. At least one inning will be a little tougher. Struggle to find the zone, struggle to keep the bats off the ball. And there we saw Peebler kind of do that, exactly what Roush wanted to see from his pitchers.
Yeah, absolutely. And with one out here, a chance for, to get a quick second and keep a ball on the ground here. And even if you are seeing a lot of contact, it comes down to trusting your defense to an extent as well. As there's a nice off-speed pitch that was dropped, but I think for Peebler again, it's almost getting command of your fastball. The off-speed stuff is, you've seen a couple of batters be behind on some of those pitches. They haven't really figured that out yet. If you can get the fastball, the high heat that he's shown going, and drop it in just a little bit, prevent those balls from going past Rugg or being high in the zone, I think Peebler can really continue to take command of this game.
Is up to 7 Ks right now. That one missing up high. But he has really bounced back after showing control struggles there in the second inning. And now 1 out away from stranding yet another runner in scoring position. That would be the 4th runner left in scoring position for the Chiefs. There's a pitch. That one missing just outside. 2-0 count. So a 2-0 count. Peebler trying to refine the zone here against Memphis Anderson, who walked last inning. Here's a pitch outside, ball 3. See Church getting a little aggressive with that secondary lead, jumping off second base. He's definitely going to look to score on anything that reaches the outfield.
Yeah, certainly big-time scoring situation for Keokuk and for Peebler. Church can kind of keep him honest as well, as there's a throwback and
no one was
no one there.
But Church not able to get up quick enough to even try to go to third. So it works out for the Demons, but it looked like a pretty nifty pickoff attempt there, but no one was ready for it.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad throw by Peebler by any means, but just no one back there. It ended up not mattering. It was almost a good enough throw that it got into center and the runner still couldn't tag, but moment averted, I guess, that time.
Well, come back towards home and walk Memphis Anderson on 4 pitches. Anderson today has been walked twice now on 4 pitches. Now Jackson Morgan up to bat.
Yeah, he could potentially walk back-to-back batters in Anderson and Morgan, who also walked in the second, but give some credit to Easton Rugg. That was another pitch that was just high in the zone. Didn't get the drop that Peebler wanted, but Rugg sprung right up and grabbed it. That would have certainly been extra bases if it had gotten behind him.
So starting off the new pitch, or the new batter, Jackson Morgan, swing and a miss at strike 1. And the Demons, they're doing a lot of movement out there in the middle infield to hold on Church at second. We see Richardson start out holding on the runner, and then he shifts over back to his position, and Nate Edmonds, the second baseman, comes in to hold that runner on. So, a lot of moving parts there, probably why we saw the miscommunication from Peebler and his middle infielders.
Yeah, you can see the symbols they're giving him and the signs to help Peebler out with the runner on second. But yeah, that was just a bizarre play. And once again, Rugg rather, springing up to get another ball high in the zone. So that one just misses outside.
2-1 count now. Well, Peebler hasn't been ultra efficient today, but he's been good enough. Now trying to escape another jam here on the bases. 2-1 count to Jackson Morgan. Swing and a miss there for strike 2. When he finds the zone, he does a really good job of missing the bat. There's only been 2 balls put in play so far today, both to the left field, both just pretty easy fly balls out there. One of them, though, was dropped, but it hasn't been hit too hard. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3. Tally it up. That's number 8 for Peebler. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Demons still on top, 5-1.
Here at the Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me a
Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Wow, version. Yes. Straight in the bottom of the third. we talk on all over the world. Out of
There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
Cold. It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
Back here at the Dick Seiko Memorial Field. It's the bottom of the third now. The Demons looking to add to their 4-run lead, 5-1 up on the Keokuk Chiefs. Demons 1 win in conference play, the Chiefs none. Both take up the bottom of the SEC, but the Demons could make some noise here if they could get the sweep tonight.
Yeah, they could double their win tally, and this is a team that ranks in the 50s among the 64 teams in all of their class 3, and in most major hitting and base running statistics, but chance to maybe inflate those numbers. They certainly did in the first inning. Bennett Church looking a little bit more dialed here, and that can give Keokuk the opportunity to cut into this deficit, but if the Demon Bats can continue to kind of figure him out, could be a nice statistical boost for them as they look to double their win tally this season.
Definitely. Here's a foul ball out of the stadium. 0-2 count is what it will remain.
Good command for Church there. He's going low on the zone here to Connor Lydon. Walked him earlier, but Lydon, a player in form for Washington, so giving him some difficult pitches to look at there, Bennett Church. This would be a nice first out for him.
And called strike 3 will be the first out. His second strikeout of the ball game, and we came into this game thinking Bennett Church would be the one to get going with all the Ks, but it's actually been Ethan Peebler. He's already at 8 strikeouts through 3 innings of work, 10 total outs technically, but with one of the strikeouts being a drop third where the batter reached safely. Here's a ball in the dirt to Julian Parsons.
Well, you mentioned the command for Peebler. It's been some of the off-speed stuff that has created some of that weaker contact that's, allowed him, and certainly allowed him to get those strikeouts. I don't think the Keokuk Bats have really figured him out yet. It's been mainly the fastballs I felt like that he's struggled a little bit more with. You mentioned the pass ball. Some of them have been a little bit high. And then, of course, an error in the field as well doesn't help. But I think he's just had good command. These Keokuk batters are still struggling, I think, to deal with him.
And they are, and the Demons are able to jump on Church early, but since that first inning with the help of a couple walks and 3 errors, they haven't been able to reach base.
Struck a couple of really nice pitches low in the zone.
Yeah, he's really found that curveball, found the control there, much like Peebler has. He's been dropping them in there. Got a couple of chases from Connor Lydon, and now has Parsons in a 2-2 count. Here comes the payoff pitch. Foul tip here, picked up by Church. The throw over to first just in time. Another quick out. That's 7 consecutive retired. Or 6 consecutive, apologies.
Yeah, nice heads-up play there by Church. This outfield for Keokuk has shaped up after a few errors. I believe it was 3 in that first inning. They've looked a lot more sharp, and that's obviously going to do well for their confidence as their bats try and get going against Peebler. First pitch in the rug, missing down low for ball 1.
Yeah, like you said, the errors killed them in the first inning, but now, you get your feet under yourselves and get into that ball game mentality. The first inning is always tough, always provides its challenges. You got to get locked in and get that competitive mindset in there. But ever since they got a couple innings under the belt, the defense has been exceptional, especially Zach Gilpin out there at short, made a couple of great plays there in inning number 2. Here's the 1-1 pitch just outside for ball 2.
And he keeps going to that curve, trying to paint kind of the outs, both sides of the zone, really. The ones that have been down and in have been really effective at getting some of those Washington batters to chase. But Rugg, the 8th grader, in an advantage in the count here.
Battles in there, fouls it away, 2-2 count.
Again, that one looked like it dropped on Rugg just a little bit right at the end there, and he still took a hack at it, was able to foul it off, but looked a little bit frustrated after that. Considering how much that dropped, he knew that was probably going to drop out and away if he didn't swing.
Yeah, it's real tough with a guy who's got as much break as Church does out there on the mound. I mean, that breaking ball is exceptional, and there's a reason why he's capable of 9-10 strikeout games. Is because he's got a really good pitch that is hard to make contact with. But here's the full count pitch, 2 outs, no one on base, and now Rugg will take first on the full count walk.
I'll give Rugg some credit there, too. He fouled that one pitch off. The next 2 he watched and had a good eye there. It's his 4th walk of the season and his 20th at-bat now. So he's a player that is showing that he has a good eye for this Washington team. Again, just an 8th grader, but to have that kind of poise at the plate, I think is a really good asset. And now we have the best bat of the ball game back up here, Joel.
We do. And that bat led to an error there in the first inning, brought home a run for the Demons. Now looking for some more magic. There goes the runner, the throw down. That throw off the foot of the runner now. Trying to take third, he will. Puts the stop sign on him, so from first to third, the Demons have a guy 90 feet away from scoring.
Nice base running there by Rugg. Good instincts, too, when he saw that ball kind of deflect off him, just took off. Big opportunity here for Ty Wright, too, and certainly was nice for him to get a hit early, someone who's trying to improve at the plate.
And Ty Wright going to launch one up into the outfield. We've seen that be some trouble for both teams. Underneath and off the glove of Hayner. Ty Wright to second base on the error, and the Demons scratch another run across.
Man, this Keokuk outfield and Hayner in particular has got to feel pretty isolated over there and left. A couple of errors from him here today. That one just right off of his glove, and perhaps maybe overthinking it a little bit. Even the most routine plays, you make one error and let that get to your head. Even the easiest catches are going to feel really difficult. But Ty Wright capitalizing on mistakes here in his 2 at-bats.
Yeah, he has helped out this Demon offense a lot, but yeah, like you mentioned, out there in the field, a couple of mistakes, you get in your head, maybe a case of the yips. Just unable to do routine plays, which I'm sure he's been able to make that play for many years now. Pretty routine, just got to step back there. Now, a 1-1 count to Luke Schiebel.
Really nice breaking ball there that time by Church. Just dropped it right in the zone. You saw, he was a little too low on a couple of those to Rugg. Had it absolutely dialed that time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of that. Demons haven't been able to really make contact with that ball as the fastball is fouled away for the 1-2 count.
Yeah, the righties on it have just fouled those away kind of slightly down that first base line and almost straight back. And, that's a sign, they're spit behind on that breaking ball, trying to figure out Church here. I definitely think you should keep going to that as much as it's going to continue working.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch, fouled away. Luke Schiebel staying alive. Ty Wright standing on second base. Demons able to stretch that lead back out to 5 here in the third. And the pitch from Church. That one dribbled down the first baseline, but fouled.
Yeah, Luke Schiebel, another veteran of this Washington program. We've talked about 13 hits last year. Also had the unfortunate honor of being hit the most times as a batter, 6 for the Demons. That was the most on the team. Obviously not a stat you probably want to lead in for the sake of your health and well-being, but a tough guy out there, Schiebel.
Yeah, willing to sacrifice himself for the team. Here's a ground ball to first base, picked up by Morgan, and he'll go over and step on it for the third out. Demons scratch one across on an error, and they will extend their lead 6-1 as we head to the fourth.
Summer is here, and Fairway's got you covered all baseball and softball season long. With a large variety and low prices, Fairway is the easy home run choice for all your grocery needs. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Back here, top of the fourth, and a new pitcher for the Demons as they look to hold on to their 5-run lead, up 6-1 through 3 innings. Blaze Richardson will come in. He's appeared in the most games of the Demon pitchers with 5. This will be his 6th. He's pitched 12 innings in that time and gotten 11 strikeouts and an ERA down at 1.75.
Yeah, I think there's an argument to be made. He's Washington's best player, maybe on both ends. When his bat is hot, the Demons kind of went with a slim rotation or a quick rotation in their last game. They lost 5-0 to West Branch a couple of days ago, but Richardson did pitch in that game back on the 13th, couple of innings. 2, in fact, had a couple of strikeouts in that as well. So come in and deal. You obviously have a doubleheader. You want to rotate your pitchers through, keep everybody fresh. Never know who you might need to call on for your second game, but certainly someone who can deal well for this Demon team. Richardson, vet as well for Washington, has been around for a number of years. Really good both ways for this team.
Richardson throws that fastball hard, but he's missed both times up top. 2-0 count to Hayner. And Peebler, his day ends 3 innings pitched and 8 strikeouts with 5 walks. He's got 1 run allowed on that drop third strike. And you see Hayner there. It's actually Luke Willis who's coming in the pinch hit. And he bit at one pitch that was right up on the hands, and it looked like it bounced off his knuckles potentially. Tough one to eat. Talking to his coach right now. That's painful.
Yeah, certainly a stinger. Thankfully it's not, cold outside, but that's not what Luke Willis is obviously thinking about at the moment. But yeah, just one at-bat logged and a couple of appearances for the pinch hitter, so chance to kind of get things started for Keokuk in a leadoff spot. New pitcher, new hitter. Always fun to start out an inning as well.
Matchup that we truly have not seen yet today, and it goes to full count. But Willis, if he takes over Hayner's spot in the field, he'll be in left field, and Hayner definitely has had a day to forget out there. A couple of errors. But Wills will get on base with a walk.
Out batting for Keokuk, second baseman number 9.
So Blaze Richardson's first batter will reach on balls, and Thomas Nemechek will be up to bat. He struck out swinging back in the second inning, was the second out of that one. And Richardson throws a ball in the dirt. Rugg with a nice job picking it. He has certainly been busy back there. Peebler has all those strikeouts, but a couple of balls in the dirt, and one that even got past Rugg, but he has been busy. There's a strike right down the pipe to even it up at 1.
And some nice pitches. Very quickly, Blaze Richardson has gotten really comfortable in his zone, left those too high to Wills, and has dropped a couple of more on that inside, painted that bottom right corner.
Now Richardson will check over at first, but Wills is back in there safely.
Some nice zip on the pickoff plays, too. That's going to keep the runners for Keokuk honest for sure.
Yeah, and they don't have a ton of guys who are willing to steal bases, but Wills has attempted one this season, was caught running, so, he's already probably going to be a little more conservative on his approach to base paths. Richardson focuses in back at home. 1-1 count to Thomas Nemechek. This one swung on and missed for strike 2.
It's worth pointing out, too, Blaze Richardson's improved so much as a pitcher so far this season. Obviously still plenty of time, but had an ERA of over 8 last year. Made just 12 appearances, just over 28 innings pitched. So it's really improved as you should, being a senior in this program, but credit to Richardson for his kind of growth and opportunity here to keep this Washington big lead intact.
1-2 count now as he tries to get the first out of his appearance, but here's the pitch. Just a little high, couldn't get the breaking ball to drop inside the zone there. Started it up high and finished right on top of the zone. 2-2 count now, and Blaze Richardson, he had all those innings pitched last year as a freshman, and it's something to keep in mind as we watch all these young Demon players grow, especially with a couple of 8th graders on the team, is they just keep on getting these at-bats and appearances on the mound, and you think they're just going to keep improving as their career goes along. So by the time all these freshmen and 8th graders and even sophomores get to their senior year, we're going to see a pretty solid Demon team out there.
Yeah, this is a Washington team that, they haven't been over 500 in the last 3 seasons, but back in 2019 had a good year.
Richardson getting the out at second, not able to get 2 there, but a good job by him. He's a shortstop, so he's got a good glove, but he did a good job backhanding that ball and firing over to second to get that runner out.
Took the words right out of my mouth there, Joel. I was just about to say, there's a reason why Richardson is entrusted the shortstop position when he isn't pitching. He has some really nice zip on his throws from the infield. And obviously, as a pitcher, it can be so tough on the mound, when you have some of those fielder's choice situations and multiple base runners. What decision to make, you got to make it quickly, and Richardson does that. Got really good instincts.
Yeah, oftentimes coaches will want you to go to first, just get the automatic out as he checks over. Close play at first, but in safely is Nemechek. Coaches typically wants you to go to first, but when you have a glove and an arm like Richardson, that play at second is definitely an option, and he showed it there why the coach entrusts him with that decision, because he can make the right one. Checks over at first again. This time the ball gets by all the way to the fence, and Nemechek will take second easily, rounding it, but staying home at 2.
Yeah, and that's obviously the risk there with Richardson being willing to attempt some of those pickoffs, is you have to trust your fielders to make the tag, and if the ball gets by, it's going to be an extra base, and Washington still just struggling a little bit with some of those errors in the field. Seen Keokuk clean it up. It's helped them keep the damage limited to just 1 run since that big first inning, but Washington's going to have to do the same, unless Richardson, of course, can get dialed like the way Peebler had been with some of the strikeouts.
Yeah, Peebler able to strand a couple of runners in each inning, and now Richardson having to do the same. This first pitch to Lincoln Ray, in for a strike. Ray's 0 for 2 today, struck out and flew out. Now makes contact here, a base hit, and sending the runner. There's Leiden, who couldn't pick it up. He probably had a chance if he fielded it cleanly to throw the runner out at first, but Nemechek will come around to score. An RBI single for Lincoln Ray, and Keokuk back to within 4.
Now batting number 3.
And again, some issues in the field continue for Washington. Mentioned that was fielded cleanly. Could have been a potential throw back in at the plate, and instead another run comes across, no problem for Keokuk as they starting to cut into this deficit.
Rugg goes out to talk to his pitcher. He'll walk on back. So Richardson now 1 out and a runner on first. 1 run allowed. He's going to have to focus back in. A tough part of the lineup. Got Micah Hagee and Bennett Church here to... That could be the second and third out of the inning. First pitch to Hagee. Misses down low. Ball 1.
Mentioned at the top, Lincoln Rye went 2 for 2 with an RBI. The last time these two teams played last year, the pitcher in that game was Blaze Richardson. So perhaps Rye just has a good eye for some of Richardson's pitches.
Throw to first. Not in time. Rye back safely. Seen a lot of pickoff attempts here from Richardson. Had that one that got away from him, but I think he's just got to focus in at the plate.
And as long as you don't let it affect your pitching to the batter, I don't hate it from Richardson with the way he can throw those over quickly and get some of those free outs. It's just going to have to come down, like you said, to that trust of your field, which has committed a few errors here today. Just have to be willing to trust those guys to make the tags, but I don't hate the strategy just to keep those Keokuk runners honest. You've seen Church take a couple of bags.
Ray has 2 stolen bases already this season in 2 attempts. Now another check over, close, but called safe.
It's tough too for Richardson. You don't have the ump right over there, looking right down on first base to make those calls. He kind of threw his shoulders up that time. Thought maybe he had it.
1-1 count. Richardson checking over again. He's getting over the first, just a hair behind the runner each time.
I think if we were at Keokuk right now, Joel, there'd be some boos ringing through the crowd at this point.
1-1. No, it'll actually go back over to first. That's 3 in a row. I mean, we saw this in the last at-bat where he checked over a couple of times before Lincoln Rye even saw a pitch. Now 3 in a row here, 1-1 count. He comes towards home. That ball getting away from Rugg. It'll be 2-1.
I think the professional technical term for that, Joel, is a game of cat and mouse.
That's right, trying to catch him out there. Hasn't been successful yet, but we'll see which one he decides to go to. He goes towards home. The runner goes. That'll be a base hit between shortstop and third. And now 2 runners aboard for the Chiefs. So Lincoln Ray was going on the pitch, but it didn't really matter. He was reaching second no matter what. Now they're going to talk about it. Roush out there talking to his pitcher on the mound. 1 out here in the top of the 4th off that fielder's choice. Good play made by Richardson on the mound, but now he's got himself in a bit of a jam. 2 runners aboard.
Well, and you go back to, that mound meeting for Ethan Peebler when there was 3 aboard and nobody on. Roush, whatever he said to him in that huddle was clearly really effective, and obviously hoping to have the same effect for Richardson here. And, I don't want to go back on my word too quickly with all of those throwbacks, but you saw, him miss on a couple. The runner was just barely safe getting back Rye, and then that next pitch that Richardson threw was kind of down in the dirt. He sort of looked frustrated as he threw it, and you don't want to let some of those missed pickoff attempts get to you. You have to stay dialed in if you are going to try it that much. You can't let it affect your pitching, and I wonder if that might be what Roush is saying to him there. Just stay dialed, focus on the man at the plate, get that out, or you're going to continue to put yourself in a tough spot. Obviously, potential to load the bases with only 1 out here.
Yeah, and it can be tough when you're focusing so much on first and second to focus on the guy at the plate, but he'll have to do that here. Here comes the pitch up top. Bennett Church up to bat. He's walked in both of his appearances. To lead off the 3rd, he walked and stole 2nd. And now in a 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch up high, ball 2.
And unlike Peebler in his first couple pitches after the mound meeting, Richardson still looks a little bit frazzled here. Needs to just calm himself down. And again, in this situation, I would say don't think about the runners at first and second. Don't try for some of those pickoffs. I think try and get back in this at-bat.
There he is, back in the zone, and be grounded out to Parsons there at short. The throw over to first, not going to be in time. So yet again, they'll get the runner at second, but not the runner at first. However, that will be the 2nd out of the inning. So now 1 away from stranding these runners on, but the Chiefs have runners on 1st and 3rd.
But again, I think if you're Coach Roush, you live with that all day long. You get the out. Church, a guy who's reached base twice. I guess he's still on there because he's opting for the out at second. But you get the out, focus again on the player at the plate. Just get out of this inning.
That player at the plate is Lucas Gilpin. He struck out swinging twice against Peebler. Now trying to fare a little better against the new pitcher. But Richardson trying to replicate what Peebler did. Here's a pitch, swung on, fouled away.
Good first pitch to him, just right in the middle of the zone, but inside. Gilpin kind of laid on it, fouled it back.
Yeah, good start for Richardson. We haven't seen too many first pitch strikes from him so far in his first inning of work. But here he gets one. One runner already coming across this inning. Richardson trying to strand another. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner to second. He'll check over at third. That one not in time, but a good job by Rugg. Creating some hesitation there. Looking at second, that got Lincoln Rye to think about coming home, but he ended up having to go back to third.
I've been really impressed with Rugg today, by the way, with some of the pitches he's had to deal with high in the zone. He's, I think, saved Peebler's bacon a couple of times and done well with some throwbacks too.
They lead 2. We go
and
to
there's a called third strike.
Demon 6.
That'll end the inning and strand a couple of runners for the Chiefs. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Washington still on top, 6-2.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Keokuk my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
Back here for the bottom of the fourth inning, the Demons looking to add to their lead. They allowed the Chiefs to scratch one across here in the top of the inning. And now trying to answer that. Still on the mound is Bennett Church. Through 3, he's been really good besides that first inning where he allowed 5 runs to come across.
Yeah, had the 3 up, 3 down in the second. Had the 1 walk and then the hit to tie right where he was able to advance to second. But other than that, you're right, not much doing for the Demon batters who've quieted down since that big first. But if you can ride that momentum, if you're Washington, you'll certainly take a win any way you get it. But Church certainly has responded like a veteran to that poor start.
And he'll face the top of the order here. Nate Edmonds stretching it out. An infield single and a throwing error will advance Edmonds to second. That's how you lead off an inning there. Get yourself in scoring position with no outs.
Mitchell Ziglowski.
Well, and I'd been praising a little bit that Keokuk defense, but that throw way too high. And, could the fourth potentially start like the first if you're Washington? It was an error that saw Edmonds get on base in that first inning, and don't want to create deja vu here if you're Keokuk.
Yeah, in that first inning, Ziglowski was up now, had a base hit, put men on the corners, and both were able to come across the score. Here's a ground ball over to third and bounces off the glove of Haggy. That'll be another error by this Chiefs defense and put runners on first and second.
Next up for the Demons, pitcher number 8, Blaze Richardson.
Blaze Richardson now up to bat. He's just moved from short to pitcher at the top of this inning and now looking to help himself out after allowing 1 Chief run to come across.
I'll throw it back again to that game last year, that 7-6 win for Washington. 4 fielding errors for Keokuk in that game last year.
Oh, and there's another error. Church trying to pick him off. That throw went way right. Both runners will advance. I'm not exactly sure what went wrong on that throw. He just kind of shanked it.
Yeah, I wonder if, maybe saw the second baseman moving there and, then tried to readjust where he was throwing it to and just came out of his hand completely wrong, maybe slipped. That one was a bizarre one, but yeah, now you've got back-to-back-to-back errors with runners on. This is dangerous territory for a pitcher who has looked good. Maybe a bit of a broadcaster's jinx as well there, Joel. Talking about Church and got the yips there that time.
2-0 count now to Richardson. Church has had a tough start to this inning, to say the least, and now Richardson has a prime opportunity. I mean, he came up, knew he had an opportunity to score a run with runners on first and second, but now at second and third, a base hit puts 2 on the board.
Just a little bit late on that one, but some decent contact on it. Blaze Richardson, this is a guy who's really looking to bounce back in terms of his form to the start of the season. Has been a little bit quiet for his liking, but another big moment here for him.
Comes the pitch. On, fouled away. It'll just escape the field, and it'll be 2-2. Richardson singled back in the first, brought home the first run of the ball game for the Demons, and later came around to score. In the second, he grounded out to short. Here we go, 2-2 pitch. Goes curveball, misses outside for ball 3. The count is full.
I know it was a bit outside, but that still felt like a really good pitch there for Church. Richardson obviously really thought about it, held up well, but I think Church can go to something similar.
This one grounded right up the middle and in the glove of the shortstop to throw over, not in time. So an RBI infield base hit And Zach Gilpin unable to get the throw over there, but a good job stopping that ball. If he allowed that ball to get through to the outfield, the Demons were definitely scoring 2. So only 1 will come across there. And now Bowden Brown will be up with men on the corners.
Yeah, that's a tough one there for Gilpin especially. His teammates have had a couple of errors to start this inning. Had a chance to really make a big play there from short, kind of fire Keokuk up defensively. Just couldn't get the throw in time, but that was a good play there by the shortstop to at least get to it. And like you said, another runner was definitely scored if that got in the outfield.
Here's a throw down the second. Runner coming on home, and he will score easily. No throw down. And great small ball playing right now. Suglowski comes in the score. Richardson goes over to second with the stolen base. And they have really timed that up super well. We've seen them do that multiple times this season, and it seems like they just keep getting better at it. Anytime there's that runner out, there's the runners on the corner, it's automatic for the Demons to do that.
Well, and you mentioned the no throw down there. Nemechek kind of bobbled it, couldn't pick it up and try and at least send it back to home to have a close play. And again, just a Demon runner able to cruise home. It is, to me, kind of emerging as the story of this one has been the fielding errors for Keokuk. It's just allowed those innings to keep going, and they've not helped their pitcher out enough here to keep the deficit small.
And another base hit, this time from Bowden Brown. Here comes the runner, the play at the plate. No, it's a fake throw by Nemechek. And the Demons plating another run this inning.
Now batting for
They're
the
now
Demons,
up
left fielder number 10,
9-2.
Connor Lydon.
Well, Bowden Brown, feel really good for him. He has had a really, really improved sophomore season. Just nice contact there, and no fielding error that time. That was just good by Bowden Brown. Saw it kind of low and away and got his barrel to it. And now you have kind of a discussion here, and I wonder what Keokuk's thinking here maybe with Church. And he's had a decent outing today and has been their best pitcher all year. Had a solid year last year as well, but just hasn't got the help from his field. And you wonder if that's going to kind of lead to a change. You don't want your pitcher to lose his confidence just because there's been some mistakes defensively.
Now pitching for Keokuk is number 4.
And they will make a change, so we will introduce him here after the break. Bennett Church's day is done. He allowed 9 runs. Demons up by 7. No outs here in the 4th.
Breaking news.
Are you looking for a sports show with intensity?
And we'll see you in court, Mark Cuban, you broke bum.
Are you looking for a sports show with passion?
Moment of silence for the name Wells Fargo Arena.
And are you looking for a sports show with whatever this is?
And today we are counting down Justin Bieber's top 10 girlfriends. That's right.
Make sure to check out Andy and Hunter every Thursday on Prep Sports Plus, breaking down all the high school sports from across the Southeast Iowa region, talking about all your favorite schools such as Washington, Mount Pleasant, Fairfield, Waco, Winfield Mount Union, Pekin, and so much more. Make sure to check out Prep Sports Plus every Thursday at noon on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page. Here at The Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me a
engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Flowers. Yes, read the book. We talk on all over the world.
There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
It is cold. It's going to get
weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
So Bennett Church's day is done. Allowed 5 hits off that 5 earned runs. 9 total runs coming across. The defense not helping him out too much. But now Lincoln Rye will come in for the Chiefs. looking to try and keep the Demons off the board. Up 7 right now. No outs. Washington on their mind is definitely trying to get that mercy rule here in this game. It's 10 runs after 5. There goes the runner. A hit and run line drive to third base to throw over the first in time. So a quick double play for Lincoln Rye before we can even introduce what he's done this season so far.
Yeah, nice rip there by Rye. Nice play there by Hagee as well.
13.
Saw one earlier just in this inning get through his legs, so credit to him for staying kind of dialed in there and making that really nice catch and throw over to first.
The bases are empty now, and now a deep fly ball over the head of Morgan. There he goes. Julian Parsons with a stand-up double. So a lot of action here early on.
Number 6.
In this appearance for Lincoln Rye. A quick line-out double play to start his appearance, and then a double by Julian Parsons. Now Easton Rugg with an opportunity with 2 outs to bring home another run for the Demons. First pitch to him in there for a strike. Goes curveball. Not a lot of break on that one. Lincoln Rye this season, he's played in 1 game, pitched 3 innings. Did not allow a run. We'll see if he can keep that clean sheet here. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 1. Just missing the zone there. Going breaking ball yet again.
Yeah, decent looking breaking ball. Just, like you said, missed just inside. But if he can get that pitch dialed, you saw some struggles for some breaking balls for Washington, but they adjusted to Church's over time, which I think why they ended up pulling him.
And another hit into the outfield. This one to center field, a diving catch. And what a play by Wills out there in center field, saving a run for the Chiefs.
A couple of hits.
That'll be the 3rd out, and we will head to the top of the 5th. Demons able to extend their lead to 7, up 9-2.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
Summer is here, and Fairway's got you covered all baseball and softball season long. With a large variety and low prices, Fairway is the easy home run choice for all your grocery needs. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Back here for the top of the 5th on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Blaze Richardson back out for his 2nd inning of work. Saw him allow one run to come across in his 1st inning, but able to shut down the Chiefs offense there with a couple of good plays.
Leading off the 5th inning for the Chiefs, number 8.
Zach Gilpin will be up to bat for the Chiefs, looking to get them started off. The Demons added a couple of runs to their lead there in the bottom of the 4th, puts them up to 7. So the most cushion any pitcher has had so far this game for the Demons.
Well, I want to go back briefly to that web gem to end the last inning there for Keokuk. I mean, we've been, sort of slandering their outfield pretty much all game. They've had a few errors. I think that's really contributed, and still the story of the game kind of here for why Washington has the big lead it does. But what a diving catch by Morgan. That was a heck of a play out there in center.
Yeah, that was. And not only was it the 3rd out, but it saved that run from second. That ball gets down. The Demons were definitely adding another run and putting another runner on second. So They were looking to do more damage. But a great play saves that, keeps this game within 7. However, Richardson starting out hot. 2 strikes. Gilpin's seen 3 pitchers, just fouled 1 off. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good start out for Richardson. Back-to-back Ks if you go back to the 4th inning.
Really good start for Richardson, I agree. A couple of really good breaking balls for their first 2 strikes, and then just the high heat to get that first out.
That's how you set it up if you're a pitcher. You know, sometimes you'll go fastball, then curveball for the strikeout, but you can do the opposite, and that's exactly what Richardson does there. Starts off the next batter with a fastball. Memphis Anderson takes strike 1. Here comes the pitch here. Swung on, lined to second base, picked up by Edmonds for the quick second out. Pretty easy play out there if you're Edmonds. He didn't have to move at all, and it came right at his chest. Just had to throw the glove up.
I think some relief there maybe for Washington. Had a couple of errors themselves defensively. It's nice to just have a routine play like that. It was a little bit of a bummer there if you're Memphis Anderson. Made good contact on it. Just couldn't quite chip it over Edmonds.
And now Jackson Morgan will be up to bat. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. 0 for 1 today as he'll swing and miss at that one. 1-1 count.
Once again, just like they kind of did with Peebler before they figured him out a little bit later on in his start, these breaking balls, just Keokuk doesn't seem like they have the track on him, especially those ones inside the zone that are dropping for Richardson. Been really struggling to know when to swing, and when they do have been late.
Yeah, the Demons have really attacked the inside part of the plate. Both pitchers have done so, and it's worked out to their advantage. They've kept the Chiefs down to 2 runs so far in this ball game, and now 1 strike away from another scoreless inning. Here comes the pitch, 2-2. Line drive over to second. A 1-hop to Edmonds to throw over to first in time for out number 3. So just like that, 1, 2, 3, we'll head to the bottom of the 5th.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
Back here, bottom of the 5th, the Demons trying to add to their 7-run lead, up 9-2. Up to bat is Ty Wright. Lincoln Rise still out there on the mound. Demons able to get a double off of him from Parsons. A deep drive to left field, but we're unable to bring him around due to a great play out there in center by Morgan. 1-1 count will start us off here in the bottom of the 5th. Wright so far reached both plate appearances, both times off an error by the Chief defense.
It's actually, I think, Isaac Madrano up now in place of Wright, but I'm glad you brought those up because Wright ending his day 2 for 2. Strong day at the plate for him, and Medrano taking a shot to start out this inning.
Luke Schiebel.
Steps into the game, came in to play third base on the pitching change, and now he's on first base.
Well, Medrano, that was only his 11th plate appearance of the year, but has now been hit twice. So a bit of bad luck for the freshman there, but he's had a good start to his career. A couple of sac flies, trusted player.
Running, throw down, great throw, but Medrano slides in safely underneath the tag, so a stolen base there for Medrano. Puts a runner on second for the Demons. Luke Schiebel now with the plate appearance with a runner in scoring position. A good RBI opportunity in the 0-1 count.
As much as Washington struggled a bit offensively overall in the season, stealing bases has been one of their better stats. They're third in the SEC in stolen bases, and you saw it there. Medrano just smartly taking his base and able to cruise in safely. That's a real strength for this Demons team when they get runners on. Always a danger to steal.
Yeah, they just have to capitalize when they get that runner in scoring position. Luke Schiebel here can do it. 0-2 count. Got to protect here, and he will. Fouls one away and out of play. Schiebel today, he brought home 2 runs on a hit to right field. That was dropped by Evan Carr, and then he grounded out to first base. So looking to make some good contact like he had in the first inning and just find a gap this time. Here's the pitch. He'll wear that one, so back-to-back players hit by a pitch.
Now batting for the Demons, number 2, Nate Edmonds.
We'll head back to the top of the order for the Demons. Nate Edmonds getting his 4th plate appearance here already through in the 5th inning with no outs and 2 runners on.
I'm going to re-bring up my stat, Joel. Luke Schiebel, 6 times hit by a pitch last year. Might just be a magnet for the ball.
Yeah, you kind of get used to it when you get hit that often. Edmonds thinking about laying down a bunt there. He'll lay off of it, though, for ball 1, and you saw the first baseman, Luke Gilpin, start to sprint in, with the third baseman staying at home. Looks like the Chiefs might try and nab that lead runner if a bunt is laid down. There he is, squaring around again. He'll pull back, ball 2.
Yeah, and again, that base running for Washington is such a big factor. You can, bunt here with no outs and create some fielder's choice opportunities. And, for a Keokuk defense that has struggled today, save for a web gem to end the last inning, can be a real benefit for Washington.
And rise pitch thrown way over the head of his catcher. Anderson's not going to help. Both runners will advance into scoring position. Schiebel to second, and Medrano over to third. So 3-0 count. Edmonds, we'll see if he squares around here like he has. He might change it up and swing it away with both runners now in scoring position, which is what he originally was planning to do with the bunt.
Yeah, and you would expect probably to get a hittable pitch here down 3-0.
He squares around again, then pulls back, takes all the way, strike 1. 3-1 count now.
Yeah, and a good pitch that time by Rye, just to calm yourself down. Nice pitch down in the zone after that one that got over the head of his catcher.
And that one bounces on its way to Anderson behind the plate, and that'll be a walk for Edmonds, and the bases are loaded with no outs.
The Demons designated hitter number 3.
Couple of free bags to start off the inning has hurt Rye out there on the mound, and now the Demons are in prime position to add to their lead with Mitchell Zaglowski up the bat.
Yeah, Washington's just done such an excellent job offensively of taking advantage to put their elite hitters in good position to add as many runs as possible. If the base is loaded with Mitchell Zaglowski, has reached base twice already today. Edmonds, walk has been the worst outcome for him at the plate so far. Had the single to start and then doubled later on. So it has just been really efficient hitting.
He'll foul this one up. Trying to chase it down as the first baseman Gilpin, but he won't be able to catch up to it. It's actually Church has moved out there to first base. And a 1-1 count now to Zagłowski. Lincoln Rye, when he hasn't been walking and hitting the Demons, he's allowed hard contact. Here's one to right field, high fly ball, that'll be caught. Here comes the run on its way home, the throw offline, but Anderson will throw to third and get the runner there. Oh, they call him safe as the ball was dropped, so a lot to go through there, but Evan Carr makes the catch for out number 1, but the throw home is offline to Anderson. Anderson throws it to third, and that throw is dropped by Haggy. So only 1 out for the Chiefs there, and the Demons able to scratch a run across.
And again, fielding issues have just continued to plague Keokuk, because if that throw was well in time into third, and you get a drop ball like that, you've got a runner safe at third with only 1 out. You have another sacrifice situation potentially if you're Washington, chance to keep adding to the lead. Just frustrating if you're Keokuk versus you could have added 2 quick outs even with a run that scored.
There's this fakes the throw down the second, did a hard throw back to the pitcher, trying to see if the runner would go, but he doesn't. So Edmonds over to 2, and now 2 in scoring position. Blaze Richardson, 1-0 count.
This just continues to be the story of the Demons season. When they get runners on, they have smart base running. They advance guys into scoring position. They take advantage of miscues. Just have to add some more solid and consistent contact to that, and they can, really be a more dangerous team, I think. But been impressed just taking advantage of any Keokuk mistake, knowing exactly what to do.
Yeah, 5 unearned runs so far for the Demons, and there's a pass ball there, and that's going to score another run. So the Demons now up 11-2. As Sheeble comes in to score on the pass ball. So still 5 unearned, 6 earned runs in this ball game. But you take away those unearned runs, it's a 6-2 game. Much closer than the 11-2. The Demons now 1 run away from run ruling the Chiefs. Here's the pitch up top and a 4-pitch walk.
Now batting for the Demons, number 7, Bowden Brown.
Really busy 4 pitches there. Runners advance on a ball, and then a runner scores on a pass ball.
Yeah, it's an excellent potential. It has been as busy a 4-pitch walk as you're going to get the runner scoring. But yeah, it's that continues to just be the story here today, is those Keokuk errors preventing them from really being competitive in this game. And well, you have to clean it up quickly considering you're going to run it back. And you have a Washington team now that's seen some of these pitchers. We've seen some improved contact from them, and so they're going to keep getting on base, and you have to limit your mistakes if you want to win game number 2 here and prevent Washington from getting a quick 2-game sweep. And obviously a dangerous position with the run rule in play here with Brown as well. Just want to continue to kind of harp on him, hitting .259 coming into this game. I've been impressed with some of his at-bats here in game number 1 tonight.
Yeah, he's had a good showing. A couple of tough outs in his first 2 plate appearances. Hard grounders to third and short. He had the RBI single. There's a throw down the second. Not going to be in time. A stolen base for Richardson. Edmonds wasn't going from third. It was a good enough throw to hold him. But yeah, Bowden Brown has a great opportunity here to score the run which would effectively end this game. But the Chiefs, they're going to have to figure it out quickly, like you said. 1-2, swing and a miss there. You basically just have to flush this game if you're the Chief. You can't go into the game coming up soon after this one just thinking back on all the mistakes here so far today. You just got to clear that from your mind and get back to playing baseball.
Certainly, and it starts with your pitching too. That was a good one for Rye that time.
Ground ball over to second. The throw over in time. but the run will come across and the sacrifice ground out, and that will end this ball game, or it should. Yep, there it is. Mercy rule, 12-2, Demons on top. We'll have a post game for you here after the break, but Washington wins game 1 of 2.
Breaking news.
Are you looking for a sports show with intensity?
And we'll see you in court, Mark Cuban, you broke bum.
Are you looking for a sports show with passion?
Moment of silence for the name Wells Fargo Arena.
And are you looking for a sports show with whatever this is?
And today we are counting down Justin Bieber's top 10 girlfriends. That's right.
Make sure to check out Andy and Hunter every Thursday on Prep Sports Plus, breaking down all the high school sports from across the Southeast Iowa region, talking about all your favorite schools such as Washington, Mount Pleasant, Fairfield, Waco, Winfield Mount Union, Pekin, and so much more. Make sure to check out Prep Sports Plus every Thursday at noon on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Keokuk my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page. Here at The Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me a
Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Wow, version. Yes, straight in the bottom. We talk on all over the world. Out of
There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
Summer is here, and Fairway's got you covered all baseball and softball season long. With a large variety and low prices, Fairway is the easy home run choice for all your grocery needs. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
Welcome into the Fairway Meat and Grocery game break. We just saw a big win from the Demons, their second conference win, and they did it in style, 12-2 after 5. Mercier rule for game 1 of this doubleheader. And man, they really just took advantage of every mistake that the Chiefs made.
Yeah, absolutely. It was those 3 errors by Keokuk's defense in the first inning, and that allowed 5 runs to score. Keokuk ends up with 6 on the day, and that was absolutely the story. Washington really never looked back from there. I thought their bats were relatively confident. You know, Church, who ends up taking the loss, had a decent performance. I think Washington started to kind of figure him out a little bit, and he couldn't really recover from that big first inning. Didn't really have the leash to do it. And, you know, Washington just took advantage when Rye came back up, continued to just pound him and took advantage of every single mistake. I was super impressed by the base running, as I often have been. I think that's Washington's best strength, really. When they get guys on base, you know, they steal bases. They're able to take advantage of mistakes. And if you're Keokuk, I think that's the big adjustment you have to make when looking ahead to game 2 is you know, not letting your field make those mistakes and letting them continue to compound.
Yeah, the Demons on the defensive side, they did a pretty good job. Only a couple of errors, 2 errors in total compared to the 6 for the Chiefs. But Peebler with 3 innings, no hits allowed, 8 strikeouts. He did have the 5 walks, which ended up getting him pulled after 3. But Blaze Richardson came in, did a lot of the same things that Peebler is doing well, and that was attacking the inside of the zone. So we'll look to see whoever's on the mound for the Demons this next game coming up soon. Probably going to attack that inside part.
Yeah, I thought Ethan Peebler and Blaze Richardson both did a good job of that, attacking the inside of the zone. Richardson kind of kept the Keokuk runners honest when he came in, showed his shortstop skills at the mound, had a couple of games of cat and mouse, and you know, that had him caused him to lose his touch just a little bit, but you know, I think he recovered well enough. And again, with both pitchers playing with such a big lead, I think they, you know, kind of felt that freedom to an extent and were able to stay dialed enough to not let Keokuk, you know, pour on the runs. And this is a Chiefs team that has struggled overall with hitting the baseball. You know, they had coming into the game 16 fewer runs than any other team in Class 3, and you know, that's hurt them all season long. That hurt them again today. See if they can get their bats going. I still think it starts in the field with them. But yeah, I think, you know, going back to that Washington pitching, whoever that may be, you know, whether it's a Julian Parsons, the 8th grader, if he comes in and pitches a little bit. You've seen Zaglowski deal a little bit in their last game. I could expect maybe to see the 2 of them potentially in game 2, but I think they do attack that inside zone.
Yeah, and they'll try and get this doubleheader sweep out there on the softball diamond. The Demons won 14-5, also a run ruling the Chiefs after 5 innings. So a couple of good jobs by the Demon team. And softball actually had a lot of fireworks over there.
Hallie Cutterback hit her first career home run in that game. And we had a near cycle for Colby Greiner, had a double, triple, and a single, just missed out on the home run. But yeah, it has been Keokuk domination by both the baseball and softball teams here at Washington High School tonight, and then we'll see if it can continue for game 2 for both. And you know, we'll have the baseball game here. We'll have a separate stream for that, shutting this one down, so you have to retune in to the Southeast Iowa Video Network. But we will have that second game for you, and we'll see if softball can dominate as well over at the softball field.
Yes, sir. Demons on top, 12-2. Second game coming up in about 15 to 20 minutes.